The State Construction Registry can be accessed online at scr.utah.gov. There will be a homework assignment at the end of this presentation, and you will be required to create an account, so please make note of this URL. The State Construction Registry was created in response to legislation passed in 2004. It is an online bulletin board that helps to identify those who provide labor and materials to a construction project. It also assists in assessing exposure and minimizing risk. The two most common file types are Notice of Pre-Construction Services and Preliminary Notice. A Notice of Pre-Construction Service is intended for architects, engineers, and designers who begin working on a project before construction begins. A Preliminary Notice is intended for any potential lien holder, such as general contractors, subcontractors, or suppliers. To illustrate the value of these filings, I'd like to set up a scenario for you. If I am a property owner and I hire a general contractor, I would expect to pay that contractor for services. I know that if I do not pay him, he has the right to file a lien against my property. Suppose that contractor hires a subcontractor, and then the subcontractor hires another subcontractor who also purchases supplies for my project. I may not even know about this supplier, but the supplier has the right to file a lien against my property. Furthermore, I could have already paid the original contractor the full amount, but if he did not pay the supplier, I could end up paying for the same services or materials twice to remove the lien from my property. How can I make sure that all parties are paid to ensure that there are no liens on my property? Check the State Construction Registry to see who has a filing on my project. You as a contractor, subcontractor, or supplier have the right to file a lien against property if you have provided services or materials and have not been paid. But before you file your lien, you must have filed a preliminary notice or pre-construction notice in the State Construction Registry. Here's a comparison. You have the right to vote, but you can't just show up on voting day to exercise your right to vote. First, you have to register to vote. Filing a notice in the State Construction Registry says, I have the right to file a lien. If I am not paid what I am owed, I'm registering to exercise that right. This is a timeline for filing in the State Construction Registry. You must file within 20 days of the date improvement begins on a project. If you are not paid upon completion of the original contract, you have 180 days to file a lien with the county recorder. You then have 180 days from the date you file your lien to enforce that lien by filing a lawsuit. Unenforced liens expire after 180 days. Another type of filing in the State Construction Registry is a Notice of Completion. A Notice of Completion is usually filed by the property owner or the original contractor. If a Notice of Completion is filed, you only have 90 days to file a lien with the county recorder. This is the login page for the State Construction Registry. There is an instructional video on the front page. I would encourage you to use this video to educate your property owners, subcontractors you hire, and your suppliers. A filing in the State Construction Registry is not the same as filing a lien on a property, and that can be confusing. This video explains it clearly. Once again, the State Construction Registry is an online bulletin board. It provides a centralized resource for project participant information. The SCR will help property owners minimize unknown project liability and risk. The SCR program implements an efficient and standardized system for protecting lien rights associated with all types of construction projects. These are some examples of the benefits of the State Construction Registry. For property owners, easy access to a list of all parties who have protected their lien rights. Property owners can utilize lien waivers and joint check arrangements to minimize lien liabilities. Original contractors. The primary benefit to original contractors is project information. Contractors can use the system to stay up to date with everyone working on their project. The State Construction Registry provides a centralized source of data that can be accessed 24/7. For subcontractors, the system provides a standardized and centralized process for protecting lien rights. One submission automatically notifies the original contractor and property owner and ensures compliance with the new regulations. This system also provides subcontractors with project details such as address and owner information. For suppliers, Suppliers benefit by having a centralized and standardized process for protecting lien rights and accessing project information. For surety, title, and mortgage companies, the State Construction Registry provides a single and official source for information on parties who hold lien rights. Once you've logged in, this is the home page of the State Construction Registry. We'll talk more about this in a live demonstration. This is a list of the different types of filings in the State Construction Registry. A notice of commencement is only required on government projects. We'll talk more about this filing type in the next slide. Banks or title companies may file a construction loan notice. Architects, engineers, or designers may file a notice of pre-construction service. Contractors, subcontractors, or suppliers may file a preliminary notice. Another filing that you'll want to pay attention to is an intent to complete. If a contractor or property owner files an intent to complete and you have not been paid for services or materials you've provided, you should file a remaining to complete. This is an opportunity for you to give notice that you have not yet been paid and provide details about the amount you are owed. A notice of completion is filed by the property owner, general contractor, or a lender. You can also track projects in the State Construction Registry. Banks and title companies also have the option to file a notice of loan default. Let's review the top 3 types of filings once more. A notice of commencement. This is filed by the permit agency, the original contractor, or the owner. The notice of commencement should be filed within 15 days from permit issue or commencement of work. This type of filing is intended for government contracts only. A preliminary notice is filed by parties wishing to maintain lien rights, general contractors, subcontractors, and suppliers, and should be filed within 20 days of the first day on the job. This is an example of a preliminary notice form. You can always find the form requirements at the top of each page. In your preliminary notice, you will fill out project details, information about who hired you to work on the project, and you will also need to provide your name and contact information. This is what a completed preliminary notice looks like. Please notice the bottom right-hand corner of the page. You can scan this code with your phone or iPad and it will take you directly to your filing. You may also see the filing from the original contractor posted at the job site. This makes it really easy to scan the original filing and post your preliminary notice by making a copy of the original. Anytime you copy from an existing filing, please make sure all information is accurate before submitting your filing. The third most common type of filing is the notice of completion. It is filed by the original contractor, the owner, or the lender upon completion of project. Completion is determined by a certificate of occupancy, a final inspection, or completion of substantial work. Please remember, once the notice of completion has been filed, you no longer have 180 days to file a lien on the property. You have 90 days to file a lien if you have not received payment. There are many ways to search filings in the State Construction Registry. You can search by entry number, parcel ID, address, name of the owner, contractor, filer, or person who hired you. You can also search by permit number or date range. Let's practice using the State Construction Registry. For your homework, you will be required to pull up a project by parcel number. The tax parcel ID is 22-3-1-454-023-0000. To access the State Construction Registry, please visit ser.utah.gov. If you do not have an account already set up with utah.gov, please click Create an Account to set up your username and password. To find a filing, click Find. This will take you to the Advanced Search page where you have multiple options for pulling up an existing filing. We are going to search by parcel number. Select the county, in this case it's Salt Lake County, and enter your parcel ID. Please include the dashes. The parcel ID number is 22-31-1 1-454-023-000. You will be able to view all filings that have been filed for that parcel number. By clicking on the entry number of a filing, you can view that filing. If you have determined that this is the correct project, you can also copy over the information from the filing to your own filing by clicking the copy link. This will copy over information from the filing. You can then make changes and add your own information. If you are the first person to file a notice on a project, you can click File, choose your file type, and then enter your information. By clicking History, you can pull a history of your past filings for easy access. There is also an SCR guide that contains details and instructions for each type of filing. Should you have any questions about which type of filing you should file, you can visit the home page and under Project Type, select who you are, and the type of filings that you are eligible to file will appear. So for example, if I am a supplier or a subcontractor, I'll select subcontractor and I'll see the two types of filings that I can file, a preliminary notice and a remaining to complete if an intent to complete is filed. If I am a contractor, I can file a notice of commencement if it's a government project. I can file a preliminary notice, an intent to complete, a remaining to complete, and a notice of completion. If I am a bank, I can file a construction loan notice and a loan default notice. And if I am an architect, I can file a notice of pre-construction services. This presentation is provided by Utah Interactive. Utah Interactive, in partnership with the Utah Department of Technology Services, manages utah.gov, the online connection to government for over 2.9 million residents in the state of Utah.